Look, there's so much that can be said about the New York Giants and about how they're a terrible organization and how they've let people stay too long and how poorly they're ran. But at the end of the day, everyone has said the same thing over and over again. This team is bad. Everything about it is bad. Not re-signing Saquon Barkley is bad. Signing Daniel Jones to a $40 million contract, you guessed it, is bad. But why am I making this right now all of a sudden? The Giants are on a trajectory to have another regular season for them, which is not having an offense and barely doing anything. Well, it's because the Giants are starting to make a change at the quarterback level. Goodbye, Daniel Jones. We hate paying you. Now comes up Tommy DeVito, which, to the entire NFL meme world, this is a absolute heaven of a news. Oh my lord, we're going to get Cooper Rush versus Tommy DeVito on Thanksgiving, and everyone is going to be asleep for it. But that's not where it stops. Now you see, Drew Lock was quarterback too. He was told during contract negotiations he was going to be quarterback too. But all of a sudden, Tommy DeVito is starting over Drew Lock? Now, this isn't me trying to come up and defend either side, but to an extent, you pretty much just lied to your quarterback saying, hey, if this guy goes down, you're going to have a chance to come up. And for Drew Lock, that was probably one of the reasons why he went to New York, because he knows that he is better than Daniel Jones. Now that Daniel Jones is out of the picture, he's still QB2. Of course, people are going to bring up, oh, well, you said that this team's 10 wins with Drew Lock, and that's why you're defending him. No, that's not really the reason why I'm defending him. It's more the fact that they didn't even give him a chance. It's just unfair to him in general when you're told, hey, you're going to be our starter when our starter goes down, and then you're told, we're going to let Tommy DeVito do it. Regardless, that's not where all of this ends either, because more news from the QB hell known as the New York Giants has came out that they are signing Tim Boyle to the practice squad. Yes, that's right. Tim Boyle, the guy who threw a 97-yard pick six in the Black Friday game last year against the Miami Dolphins, and notorious for being probably worse than Nathan Peterman of all quarterbacks, is now the practice squad quarterback. And normally, when you're the practice squad QB, that means you're QB3. So, what this team is now saying is that Tim Boyle would be an infinitely better option at quarterback than Daniel Jones right now. That is by far one of the most damning statements I've ever seen. And I just have to say, if you're going to do that, at least have a legitimate reason as to why. Daniel Jones has played awful. Yes, his contract he's been vastly overpaid for. But to say that he isn't better than Tim Boyle is absolutely a slap to the face to a guy that took you to a playoff game 2 years ago and not only played well in the playoff game, but won it. Now, normally this is where I would probably end it. But now there's more news about the New York Giants quarterback situation, where they're now having Daniel Jones play the practice squad safety, or the scout team safety. You're having your franchise quarterback, the guy that you paid $40 million for, have to try and intercept passes from Tommy DeVito. The Giants hate this this man. And he's played awful, I get that. But for Pete's sake, that's how you're going to treat your quarterback? You're not even going to give him an opportunity to finish out the year? It's ridiculous. And the entire organization should be ashamed of how this situation was ran. Because the fact of the matter is, Daniel Jones isn't good, but to say that he is worse than all of the guys that are behind him at the quarterback room is a complete and utter travesty that is not only embarrassing, but just a complete slap in the face to the guy. His confidence might very well just be down the toilet. We might never see Daniel Jones play football again, and granted, for some people, that might be a very positive thing. However, it's sad to see it, because Daniel Jones had a lot of promise. He had all the tools to overshadow that overdrafted hype and to get rid of all the doubters. And it just sucks because he's a guy that you really want to root for. He's not an unlikable guy like Aaron Rodgers or any of these other shit clown quarterbacks. He's a genuinely cool dude, and he doesn't seem like an awful person. But the way that he's being treated is completely and utterly disrespectful to him, and it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth personally. Regardless, though, the Daniel Jones era in the Giants is over. And here comes potentially Tommy DeVito to not only take his job, but to potentially be the starting quarterback for the New York Giants next year. And that in and of itself is one of the most giant things to happen ever. Let's see how this goes. I can't wait for Tommy Cutlets to come out against who the hell they're playing? Oh, shit. Also, too, since this needs to be brought up as well, I just feel really bad for Brian Daboll. I mean, the man's done a great job making the New York Giants somewhat competent on both the offensive and defensive side of the football for the last couple of years. But he got stuck with Daniel Jones, and there was nothing he could do about it. And his job's probably going to be donezo too. Which sucks for the guy because not only is he also a very likable figure, but he's going to be one of the guys that are going to get cut for absolutely no reason. And that's awful because the guy probably isn't going to get another coaching job for at least the next couple of years. And it's just... Man, the Giants are just a complete and utter disaster. If it wasn't for the Jets being where they are, they would be the biggest laughingstock of the NFL. But simply because the Jets traded for Aaron Rodgers, the Giants get away scot-free. However, it's another day in New York for the New York Giants. Can't wait to see Daniel Jones go out there and play for Xavier McKinney this next game.